2010 was a bad year for Matt Brown. Suffering 3 second-round submission losses, the Ohio native had put too much pressure on himself to succeed, leaving him unable to perform in the cage.
I would base my self-worth on how I performed in an octagon. And it's a very difficult thing to get over when you're spending, however many hours a week training. 24 hours a day is your mind is on fighting, and you're doing everything you can to chase this dream. It makes it very difficult for that not to be who you are and solely who you are. When I have my kids and wife, at first it's very difficult because it actually made it worse, because then that was when I lost 3 fights in a row. Actually, it was when my wife got pregnant. It was when I lost the first one and I had the kids, lost my second one, and then I lost my third one.
He's got a guillotine. Top of the hour. He's got a guillotine here. Let's see if he's got it. It's tough to see from this position. He's got it. It is all over.
I walked into fight thinking I have to win. If I don't win, I'm not a great father. I'm not, I'm not a provider.
It was the realization that there is more to life than wins and losses that finally allowed the Immortal to release his full potential in the octagon.
I think that was when I felt my first true freedom of expression in the cage, was when I fought John Howard. I mean, he's the type of guy who can knock you out with one punch anytime, and I walked in that fight knowing that, and I thought, I might get fucking murdered tonight, but you know what? I'm still gonna go home, I'm still gonna be a good father, I'm still gonna take care of my kids. Maybe I have to go work at a factory, they're still gonna have food on their table. I don't need this to be a good person. And that allowed a lot more freedom in that cage. And that's a hard thing to release. I get scared going up to the fight, I'm nervous walking into a fight. Every day, the fear is what drives me, that's what makes me eat right, that's what makes me train a little harder, that's what pushes me beyond. But then when I get in that cage, then I release that fear. And now there is no fear. And now it's a beautiful expression of yourself, and you can just allow yourself to be whatever you taught yourself to be. And again, I'm not afraid of being exposed that deeply. I think that's one of the toughest things for guys to learn is, yeah, you might get fucked up in there, but don't be afraid of that. You can't be afraid of, maybe you have a weakness your opponent doesn't know about, but you can't be afraid of that being exposed.
With a 9-3 mark since that 3-fight losing streak in 2010, Brown attributes his dedication to the mental side of the game with the turnaround in his career.
The whole mental side of the game, I think, is one thing I've embraced a lot more than a lot of other guys do. And I think that's one thing that has separated me from a lot of guys. I think I've beat a lot of guys that are far physically superior and technically superior just based on my mental fortitude.